Rachel asks, what are some ways that I can reduce my taxable income and legally pay less tax? Now, Rachel, a couple of things to think about here is understanding what industry or occupation you're in is going to be dependent on what you can and can't claim. So the ATO do a really good job of listing out all the, not all, but a majority of the possible deductions that people in certain industries can claim. So for instance, airline hostesses or work deductions they can claim compared to maybe an office worker. A nurse may be able to claim certain things that someone in advertising might not be able to. So it's understanding your occupation and your industry and finding out all the possible work-related deductions that you can claim. Now, I'm making the assumption in this instance that you are an employee working for someone. So if you run your own business, that's a whole different kettle of fish that I won't get into today. But it's understanding, okay, what am I eligible to claim? Do I work in an office? Do I have to travel? So there's travel claims you can make. Do I work at home? So that opens up a few different avenues as well. So it's understanding all those and making sure that you either do it yourself or you work with a licensed accountant to get all the possible deductions that you can potentially claim. The second thing to think about is once you've exhausted that option is if you do have additional cash, you could potentially look at the option of making some tax deductible contributions into superannuation. Now it's a trade-off here of putting money into superannuation. You potentially get a tax deduction today, but the trade-off is that you can't touch that money until you're much older and retired from the workforce. So that's a bit of a tricky one, but it's just important to understand, okay, what are you actually trying to do? Do you have a tax problem? So have you sold a property and you've got capital gains tax you need to pay? Are we talking about just wanting to pay less tax just for the sake of it? So there's all these different things that you need to think about here, but those would be the main two: is maximizing any work-related deductions that you can legally claim, and then the other thing to think about is, okay, what could I potentially do to maybe salary sacrifice or add some additional money into superannuation? So there's some two options for you there.